So, I finally got myself out the door this morning to go for a run. It's been a long time, almost 1 month to the day since I've been out there running, and before that I wasn't running that much either. But I have a new bird that's following me, and I'm wearing a wireless microphone, and it actually is able to take the sounds of the motors flying right next to me out so that all you hear is the person's voice. The problem is, it's very noise canceling, and so is the microphone. I got to make sure I've got the settings right on the microphone because you can't even hear my footsteps on the snow. You can hear it when I talk, and that's actually going to come up here in a few seconds. So that recording will be the one I did as I was running. But anyway, this thing is really cool, and after I get to this next clip, I will tell you more about it. So I'm going to let the audio on board go from this point. Considering that I haven't been running much at all in months, this is the first time in a full month I've been out. Cutting it down to 3 miles today, but I'm surprised being able to do that. I guess my microphone's still going. It should be cutting out the motor sounds too. Remember, look for a blinking red light. It's going to run out of batteries pretty soon. Around there. Just gotta remember not to swear when I use this audio ever. I'll stay right in the middle here. Go a little faster. Not seen the red light yet. Get wild. There's nobody coming down here. I'll move it ahead a little. Okay. Well, it was a little bit difficult to hear what I was saying, when I was running, but like I was saying, the noise canceling on the copter app and on the microphone combined, make it kind of choppy there. I mean, you can hear my breathing once in a while if I breathe right into the microphone, but I need to put the microphone closer. And I actually can do dual microphones on this, so if I really wanted the sound of my feet hitting the ground, I could just put one of the microphones down by my ankle or whatever, so maybe I'll do that next time. But anyway, this copter is so cool. It has all kinds of abilities, different ways to fly it. In fact, it has 8 different ways to fly it. There's still one part of it that I haven't been able to get yet, but when I get that part, I'll be able to do all the other ways of flying it. But right now, I can fly it with my voice. I can tell it what to do. It has buttons on it that I can push that make it do what I want it to do. Or, just like you just saw, it has hand gestures. So I can control it just by holding up my hand and moving my hand around. If I want it to go behind me, I can just give it the correct hand signal to swing around behind me or beside me or higher up or right down a foot off the ground or whatever. So it's very cool that way. And again, like I was saying, it takes away the sound of the engines on it too, the motors, so you don't hear any noise at all of the copter. So that's pretty cool. And it is so tiny. This thing weighs just over 1/4 of a pound. And the propellers are completely enclosed on it. So even if it crashed into something, it doesn't get any damage. And a lot of times it doesn't make it fall either. It keeps on going. But it has 360-degree obstacle avoidance. And part of that obstacle avoidance is LiDAR on the front. So it has a LiDAR sensor on the front, which can detect the obstacles much better than the other directions. All the other directions are visible light obstacle avoidance sensors. So that makes it really cool for going forward. If you have it following behind you and you go out through the woods, it can see all the twigs and sticks and stuff. I could, like right where I am now, if I just ran off on the side of the trail right out through the trees, it would find its way behind me. I mean, the weird thing is if you change the size of yourself, like when you duck down to go underneath something, that freaks it out a little bit, and you'll actually see that a little later on in the video when I reach up to adjust my hood or my sunglasses or whatever, and it freaks out. And I freaked out a little bit too, because all I heard was like that. Where here it is, right here. Yeah, see, it just came zooming right at me for a split second, or it's just weird, I guess it stopped is what it did, and I got closer to it, but then it realized I was moving again, and the sound of it kind of freaked me out. And right through this section, I'm looking for tracks. There's friends of mine who work at the Neon Tower, which is right off to my right side in this video. You'll see me looking for tracks there, and there's a pathway they go into, and they usually park on the other side of the road, but obviously they have to snowshoe in at this time or walk in. So anyway, they're usually there on Mondays, and I was looking to see whether or not they had been in there, and there were some tracks, and we did get a little bit of snow since then, like just a little bit overnight, but maybe the Bear Notch might have gotten more than we got, so I couldn't tell if the tracks were fresh or not. But anyway, one of these days I'll take this up on top of that tower. There's a 120-foot tower out through the woods there, and the scientists who work there are friends of mine. I stop and visit them every once in a while, so coming up on it right now. Actually, you'll see me. Look, see, I moved my hand up again, and it freaked out again. Yeah, right. You can see that I'm still gawking around looking to see if they walked in on the trail here. There's actually two towers out there, so there's two different trails too, but the one they go in is the one I'm coming up on right now. Right there, that's the power going into it. They have underground power to it. It's 80 degrees inside that thing in the wintertime, so it's a little tiny metal container thing that they have everything inside. It's pretty cool. They've taken me on a tour of the whole inside and all the ground area there too, but they're going to bring me up on the tower someday. But anyway, so this is the Bartlett Experimental Forest, and like I was saying before, I haven't been running in a long time, so I did okay. I was, it was really cold at first, but I had my gloves off, so my hands were freezing. But at this point, I'm overdressed and I'm kind of hot, but still running, considering that I wasn't running much at all lately. This is only a 3-mile run, but still, I felt like such a slug before I went out there, and I actually did okay. And you always feel better after you go for a run. It's just no such thing as feeling bad after you go for a run and saying, oh, I wish I hadn't gone for that run. But anyway, so the cool thing about this copter is I can track myself from all directions and see all the mistakes I'm making when I'm running, so hopefully I'll get better at it. because I look like a slug here, but I'm okay coming, going down the hill. But when I was going up at the beginning, I was looking kind of sluggish there. And it's kind of funny, the section I'm coming up onto now, I knew I was about to run out of batteries, and I'm saying to myself, I wonder if I can get to the bottom of the mountain before I run out of batteries. And then I'm saying a lot of this out loud to myself, and I said, well, if I was Kevin Tilton, I know I could make it to the bottom in time, but there's no way in hell I'm going to get there before it runs out of batteries, and I was right. I came close, though, but, the gate was in sight, and it actually speaks to you. A red light flashes on it, and it speaks to you and tells you that the battery is low, and you can let it do its own thing if you want to, and it'll come down and land wherever it happens to be, but I don't want it to land in the snow. So what I have to do is stop running, which I didn't do when I first tried it too. You have to stop running and then hold your palm out with your palm facing up, and it recognizes that gesture, and it'll come and land right in your palm perfectly. It's just pretty incredible. And it can do it from a long ways away. It recognizes that hand signal instantly from a long ways away, so it's really cool. It does a lot of other really cool features too. You can have it do specific things and fly it either with your voice, just telling it what to do, or pushing the right sequence of buttons on it. And then I have 3 different controllers that can control it too, but there's one other part that I haven't gotten for it yet, so I can't use those controllers on it. I can also fly it with goggles. I can fly it in manual mode. It will fly upside down, it'll do loops, it'll do spins, it'll do flips. It's just amazing, all the stuff it'll do, and it's so tiny. And the video is pretty darn good too. I mean, it's slight level below my other copters, but it's also dirt cheap compared to those too, and virtually indestructible. So it's just a fun little bird anyway. And I'm coming out to the end of Bartlett Experimental Forest now. You see the gate coming up here in a second. There it is right there, going by the gate. So coming back out onto Bear Notch Road. And this thing is mapping out, it's flying backwards, and it's mapping out everything that it sees behind it, and knows that must be where I'm running, so it stays, centered on me and tries not to run into any trees. But right here I'm making a turn, and there is an overhanging branch that's kind of low, so I moved over to that side of the road just so that the copter would move over too without me having to give it a hand signal. And it zipped right along, no problem. When you change directions, it takes it a minute, but it knows what you told it to do, so it takes it a minute to get back around to follow you backwards again, or whatever way you told it to. You can have it follow you from the right rear, or the left rear, or the right front, or left front, directly behind you, directly in front of you, a foot off the ground, right up close to you, and high above you, and far away, and it's amazing, it really is. So it's my new running buddy. Hopefully it'll get me out there running more. Obviously I'm going to use it for a lot of other things, but because it's so light, it's legal to fly it over people too, because the propellers are completely enclosed and it weighs just barely over 1/4 of a pound. Pretty phenomenal. Coming up to the end here, so we're about to fade away. Actually, there's a road sign right after this road sign, so maybe one more road sign in it. Yeah, right there. Now it fades away. Alright, the big road sign. Right there.